What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Diaries of Blind Coach, episode 7. All right, I'm feeling really, really good. I am in such a good mood today. If you didn't see my last video, your favorite coach was not well. I was completely sick, but I feel so much better. So, thank you for all your prayers, for everybody who was praying for me to get better. And I'm feeling grateful that I feel like I should shout out, big shout out, to my production team. All right. I don't have an assistant, but I have an awesome production team, which are in the form of my kids. All right. So they are absolutely awesome. And if it wasn't for them, these videos wouldn't be possible. They do the absolute most. They'll be helping me with my phone, which is annoying at times, really, really annoying. And they'll help me with the lights and everything else. And they make it happen. So shout out to them. And shout out to all of you for continuing to like and share the video. Please, let's have more of that good stuff, all right? But hey, let's get into the video, all right? This is episode 7, and we're talking about who and not how, all right? Okay, so as you know the story. I think we've gone through it. You know how I lost my vision, and it brought me to now, this stage in the story, all right? And before I lost my vision, I had a company called K28 Fitness. If you guys have never heard of it, please go check it out. K28 Fitness is on Instagram and Facebook as well. And you can kind of see my previous work and the work I aim to do. All right. And as we go through these little mini series, okay, I want to take you through a journey, and I hope you can bear with me of how everything went through my journey getting K28 Fitness back on its feet. All right. And it's going to be awesome. Okay. So when I lost my vision, I thought I lost it all. Okay. This is stuff that I had worked for. This is like my 3 a.m., my 4 a.m. hustles, all the grinding, all the riding in the sun, in the burning sun, and you're thinking this has to amount for something. And at the end of the day, you lose it all overnight. That broke me. It really, really did. And I lost my vision, as you know. I went 1 year in bed rest, which sucked. But I picked myself back up. I decided I need to get out of bed. Okay, so I left the capital and I moved back home. So my hometown is Copperbelt. Shout out to the Copperbelt. Okay, so I moved back home, and yeah, I'm still in bed rest, but I decided no more bed rest for me. I'm gonna get myself back up, and I need to start doing something. I need to keep busy. I need to get the body moving, which we know is important. But on top of that, I gotta make some money. So I told myself, look, I gotta make some money because at the end of the day, I have kids to feed, and at the end of the day, I also just want to live. And people don't realize just being alive is expensive. Okay, it costs money. So um, I would sit about and ask myself, how am I going to do this? Okay, how am I going to replicate the hustle that I had before I lost my vision? How am I going to get K28 Fitness back? Because at the end of the day, that was my bread and butter. And I want to give you guys a little shout out. I'm going to digress for a second. If you guys don't know what your gift is, find out what your gift is. Because when you can work in your gift, you can do it for free. And if you can do something for free, then you know money will come eventually. And it's the best thing when you are doing what you love and you're getting paid for it. And for me, that was me. I found my gift. My gift was to make people fit. My gift was to make people happy. And I was working in my element. So the question I would always ask myself is, how am I going to replicate that? How am I going to do it again? How am I going to go to people's houses? Yeah, and how am I even going to see my client doing what they need to do for me to give them feedback? Because I'm a coach. So I used to ask myself all of these questions, and I would sit and procrastinate, thinking, I want to get the dream back. I need to hustle. I need to do stuff. But at the end of the day, all of this procrastinating and me asking myself the wrong question of how am I going to do this and how am I going to do that kind of set me back a little bit, until I was fortunate enough to talk to somebody and sit with somebody, and look, they told me, you know what, Sydney, you're asking yourself the wrong question. And it made me think, and I said, okay, what question should I be asking? And I said, you shouldn't be asking how you're going to do things, because now you're blind. You should be asking who is going to help you do these things. All right. I beg your pardon. Hold on. Sorry, I know I'm better. Last effects of the cough. But again, I'm going to keep this video raw. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep it raw. I'm almost there. Almost there. So I just got a slight cough, but it's all good. So, anyways, I was asking myself the wrong question. I need to be asking myself, who can help me do this? Yes, I am blind, but at the end of the day, that doesn't mean you can't do it. So stop asking yourself how you're going to do something, and ask yourself who's going to help you get to do, you know, get you to do what you want to do. And I think it's an important question that people out there need to ask themselves as well, which is, you might not be in my situation, you might not be blind, but at the end of the day, you might be down and out, and you might think the whole world is against you. And you're asking yourself my same question I was asking myself: how am I going to do this? You might have a disability, and you're kind of thinking, my world is over. How am I going to do this? My question to you, because this is my advice to you, same advice that I got: stop asking yourself how, and ask yourself who's going to help you. And for me, when I started asking myself that question of who is going to help me, that just changed everything for me. Okay, it changed absolutely everything. It got me now thinking, okay, if I can get this person to do this for me, and if I can get that person to do that for me, then we can make it happen. Okay, so now I kind of knew the question I need to be asking now, the questions. All I had to do now is fit the pieces to the puzzle. And that's what I started doing to revive K28 Fitness. Okay, and you guys are not going to believe how I got it going. All right, so this is a little bit of a teaser. Okay, you definitely want to stay tuned for the next video, because everything changed for K28 Fitness, and K28 Fitness revived and came from the ashes. Your boy started making money while I'm blind, and I thought everything was done. But hey, stick around and listen to this story, okay? Episode 8 is going to be amazing. I'm going to now let you know in the next episode how I got K28 Fitness going, how we got the wheels moving, all right? So stick around. Hey, before I go, please do me a massive favor. Hit that big subscribe button or that follow button as well. Give it a thumbs up, all right? Keep smiling because it's infectious. And please don't forget all that good stuff, all right? Like, share. Hey, salute.